guys, and welcome back. It is week 4 of our 8-week training program for the California International Marathon, and I'm going to kind of take you through the week that I had. Currently, I'm actually on week 5, but I still have the stuff up from week 4 because I wanted to talk about that, because as a father and a husband, there are obligations, and sometimes we're not able to fulfill the miles that are asked of us, and sometimes you just kind of have to kind of go with the flow and just know that it's always important to at least get miles in, whereas trying to let something control you and having to get the exact miles in. So I'm going to go over that real quick, and I'm going to show you how this week actually went. So Monday we actually just did 4 miles easy, kind of kept them around 9:30 to 9:45 minute pace, just kind of get our body rolling again, because we had 15 miles that Sunday the day before, and then we ended up doing a upper body workout, which I'll actually show that to you right here. So I just got to the gym, and we're gonna do an upper body workout. Yeah, we're gonna go in here and get busy. And that's kind of how my upper body goes. We usually do an upper body, lower body day off, and then we do lower body, full body. So, and then Tuesday came as a track workout to do some 400 repeats. Now, because I get up at 4:30 and I try to get everything going, having to go to the bathroom and everything kind of does take time, and getting out in the track at 5 o'clock and then trying to warm up as best as I can and then get running. I have work at 7 o'clock, so technically I have like an hour at best. And with the paces of 8:20, sometimes, especially like having to do some of these runs around 9:30 or whatnot, I'm not able to fit that in the hour time frame. So this actually ended up being like probably like under 6.5 miles. I think it was like 6.4 or something like that. So we still were able to get in some good quality runs. We did a mile warm up, and then we did what was supposed to be 12 400s at 8:20 pace. I actually ended up doing them. I think they were around like 8:15, so they were a little bit faster, and I felt good. I felt comfortable with that pace as well. And then we had a mile cool down, so I kind of had to shut it down just a little bit early, but we were able to at least get some kind of quality speed work in, and that is completely fine. Wednesday was supposed to be 7 miles, but actually ended up turning that into a MAF run, a MAF test, a max aerobic fitness test. How that works is it's based off of phylmaphetone, which is the low heart rate training that I am doing currently, and I've been doing that for a couple of years now. And basically, it's a good way to kind of show where your aerobic base fitness is, and I think that everyone should try this out. So how this works is you take your age and minus that from 180, and then that'll give you that base aerobic number in which you'll stay under while you're running, and that's going to be your heart rate. So for me, I did 150 minus like 33 or 32, so it gives you anywhere from 148 to 150, and that's your heart rate. So when you're running and your heart rate starts getting up in the 140s and the 150s and the 160s, even if you're just doing an easy run, then it causes a little more stress on your heart, which can slowly impact not only your breathing, becoming a little bit more labored, but also slowly as time goes on and progresses, your body will become more susceptible and prone to injury, and that's kind of how what we want to do is we want to protect our heart. You're working with your heart rate. The lower your heart rate is when you're running fast, the easier it is for your body to work without having to push. When your body starts getting tired and fatigued, your heart rate's going to start going up. Therefore, everything, your effort, everything goes low. So I try to keep my heart rate under 150 for a lot of my runs, except for like my track workouts or my thresholds or fartlek or anything like that. We do this math test. You do a mile warm up, and then you go into 5 miles. And it's best to do this on a track, so that way you're on a flat level. You can get the best reading for where your heart rate is sitting at currently. And I'll show you my results right here. And as you can see, these are a lot of my past runs that I have done since last year, and you can kind of see where it's progressed. And I think these are really great benchmarks to do, especially every month, because it helps kind of show you a progression of where your body is at and where your heart is, and how fast you're getting, which will also help on distance wise, being able to run further, faster, and make it feel easier, which is, I think, a goal for a lot of us. So Thursday was actually supposed to be a marathon pace workout, but I started feeling really bad. I started having headaches. I started getting like basically pain behind my eyes. I had like body chills that just were starting to get onset. So I was only able to do 4 miles in that. And so that's just one of those situations where life happens and you just kind of have to deal with it. I basically got sick. Friday, luckily, was a rest day. I did feel a little bit better that day, but in the afternoon, it did kind of onset and come back and start, the sickness started kind of kicked up again. Saturday, I went for an easy run. Well, it was supposed to be a 4 mile easy run, but it was a little bit of a struggle. I felt better, but my lungs and my heart were still working pretty hard, trying to work off all that sickness that I had. So we did that. Then we had the big run. So instead of 20 miles, I actually ended up doing 19 miles. Because that Sunday there, we did the 4 miles. That turned into a 6.4. That basically turned into a 6 mile. And then that turned into a 4 mile. That was a rest, and luckily we had 4 miles there, and then we had 19 miles. For the 19-mile long run, I'll let you see that for yourself. What is going on, guys? It is Sunday, November 5th. We just had time change, so if you're waking up a little bit earlier than you normally get to, that's probably why. Today we have 19 miles. I know last week I said there was a possibility that I might do 20 miles, and for the last 3 days I've actually been battling kind of a cold. So body chills, headaches, migraines, just fever in and out and whatnot. And today is probably the first day I actually feel somewhat back to normal. And I want to mainly focus more on time on feet and filling in the distance. Last week we did 15 miles. I felt good that whole time. This time we're going to go ahead and take a couple more miles. And I want to mainly just focus, like I said, the time on the feet. We're not going to necessarily do anything distance-wise. We're not going to do no integrating workouts or anything like that. I want to mainly just focus on time on the feet. We're only in week 4 of our 8-week training program, and we still have a couple more, probably 1, maybe 2 more 20 miles to do before we end up doing a taper and then hitting the race day. So without further ado, we have 64 ounces of electrolytes. I basically have just 2 liquid IVs and some Gatorade. And then I also have some Honey Stinger gels that I have. I also have these Honey Stinger waffles. These are great. I'm gonna have this at my halfway point, pretty much probably around, well, maybe around like 13 or 14 miles, just so I can get something in my body other than gels. So these are beautiful. I like these things, and we're gonna get out there. It's 5:49 in the morning, so we're gonna get out there and get warmed up and get on the road. I'll catch y'all out there. Okay, and so we are out here. We're getting ready to run. We did our warm up. Let's get 19 miles underway. So I know there are people out there who want to see someone following them. You hear the dan 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 dan, all the epic music and stuff, and make it look cool, but the reality is those are all for show. A lot of the runs
are done under the lights early in the morning when no one's following, no one's awake. I wish I could have someone follow me in 4 a.m. but the reality is that there's a lot of people out there like us that don't have that type of stuff, and that's okay. There's a lot of people actually out there who run slow paces and don't record their runs like this and try to put them out there. But I'm doing this because I want to let those people know that I've been watching, and I have been watching and following, and I have tried to do those dreams that they have. And for some people it could take only a year. You watch these influencers and they have, running coaches, they're just freaks. Not all of them have maybe 3 kids, a job where they have to do literal manual construction labor at 7 a.m. and then have to go pick up kids and have family obligations. But for a lot of us out here, this is how it is. We put our life and family, and we try to balance out that with our running goals and just trying to enjoy life by running. So for all you guys out there that are a little bit slower runs, takes you a little bit longer, late bloomers, I should say, late bloomers on reaching our goals, paces, and doing trying to do, what they can do. This is for you guys, so let's go. We got a long journey, but I'm letting you know that I'm right here with you. Mile 1, 10:18. Mile 2, 9:55. Mile 3, 9:59. Time for our first goo. Mile 4, 10:09. Mile 5, 9:54. Mile 6, 9:58. Time for our second goo. Mile 7, 10:10. Mile 8, 9:45. Mile 9, 9:58. Third goo, just about halfway there. Mile 10, 9:58. Mile 11, 9:51. Mile 12, 9:47. Mile 13, 9:58. Mile 14, 9:55. Mile 15, 9:40. Mile 16, 10:29. Mile 17, 9:49. Mile 18, 10:07. Let's finish it up.
Lap 19, 8:44.
There you have it.
Current pace, 8:4.
You heard it. 19 miles down and out. Good run. Picked it up that last mile just to kind of see what I had. Had a lot. 19 miles down. That is it. And I got a soccer game this afternoon, so I got to go win that playoff. See if we can make it into the finals. You guys be good. Enjoy your weekend. Next week, 20 miles for sure. This was good. I needed this. Timer 3:08. Distance 19.1. Average pace 9:55. Average heart rate 138. Exactly where I wanted it. Good run. Be good. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'll catch you guys later.
So there you have it. That was my running week. As you can see, things happen where things change, and we have to adjust to the runs. As long as we're at least getting something in, I think that is always a benefit. With that being said, I hope to catch you guys next week, and you guys stay tuned, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I will I'll see you guys later.